This is the 3-inch front and 2-inch rear lift kit by Readylift for a 2005 through 2022 Toyota Tacoma, TRD, SR5, or Rock Warrior. Model number 69-5212. We're going to go over what this kit consists of, along with what to expect out of it once it's installed. We'll give you some before and after pics. And as a bonus, we're going to talk about the 2 other 3-inch lift kits that Readylift has to offer. So hang with us. Hey, what's up? I'm Josh from Breaker Stereo and Performance. Welcome to the channel that reviews and demos all the things in the aftermarket automotive world, like car audio, suspension, performance, and more, because we don't drop stock. So make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay on top of what goes on in this industry. So if you have a Toyota Tacoma and are looking for an inexpensive way to lift your truck while maintaining a good ride, then the Readylift SST lifts are a great option. The SST line stands for Smart Suspension Technology and were created to keep your factory ride quality while providing a level or nearly level stance, allowing for clearance for larger tires. So these kits are bolt-on and don't take as long to install as a traditional lift kit that costs more money. Now, the SST lift kits don't require your vehicle to be permanently modified. Each of these kits comes with a limited lifetime guarantee, all required hardware and instructions. Now, Readylift does make 3 different 3-inch kits for this truck, so let's go over them. First, you have the 3-inch in the front and 2-inch in the rear with the preload spacer. The model number on that is 69-5530. Now, the advantage of the preload spacer is that it maintains factory alignment geometry. Now, this also increases the front spring rate for better nosedive control during braking and helps eliminate nose roll during hard turning. Now, if you do decide to go this route, it will require you to disassemble the front strut assembly. And if you plan to do this yourself, it's going to make it tough if you don't have a wall-mounted coil compressor. If you decide to get it installed professionally, it's going to increase your expense versus just an upper strut mount spacer. This kit also comes with a small upper mount spacer to give you that extra lift, along with a diff drop and sway bar spacers. And on the rear, you get a 2-inch block with U-bolts. That brings us to the next kit, which is the most popular, the 695212, which we're going to be installing today. So we'll be able to take a look at a before and after. Now, this kit, along with the next one, does have the 1.5-inch upper strut mount spacers, which will end up getting you between 2 3/4 to 3 inches in the front, because each truck is different. And with the 2-inch block that comes in the rear, you end up with about a 1/2-inch rake between the front and the rear with TRD trucks versus non-TRD trucks. Now, the last kit we're going to talk about is the 69-5112, which is the same kit but comes with 1-inch blocks versus 2-inch blocks. These kits also come with sway bar spacers, skid plate spacers and hardware, U-bolts for the blocks, a brake line extension bracket, and rear shock extensions. So if your stock shocks are only 22 inches, then you're gonna need these spacers. But if your truck's shocks are longer, you won't need these. And on the truck we're working on, we got a set of Icon shocks. Now, the best way to determine if you want the 2-inch or 1-inch block is to measure the front against the rear. Now, in the front of this truck, we have 34 3/4, and on the rear, we have 36 1/4. So we have about a 1.5-inch difference between the two. So using the kit with the 2-inch block on this truck will yield us that 1/2 inch that Readylift mentioned. So for those who like to watch versus read, we'll mention some of the notes that Readylift has on their site. In some Tacoma applications, Toyota made minor changes to the upper control arm suspension geometry. In some cases, adding a level kit may affect the ability to correct the caster alignment to within factory specifications. If you have a 2011 to 2022 Tacoma with a leveling kit and the caster alignment specs cannot be put back, then it will require an aftermarket upper control arm with adjustable caster and camber. Also, note for 2016 to 2022 model Tacomas, some of these Tacomas may experience a deceleration vibration. If your truck has the crawl feature transfer case and only has a 1-inch stock rake between front and rear, you can use this kit, but don't use the differential drop spacers. Also, I read a review that said the front driveline spline is not built that well, and when the front is lifted, you get vibration that occurs at 25 miles an hour and up. But they said they bought a higher quality gear bushing and that resolved the problem. Okay, with all that said, let's get this kit put on the truck. All right, so let's check this out real quick. You got, now this sits at about 37 1/4 for the front, and then on the rear, about 38 1/2. So it's about 1 1/4 inch. Now, technically you're supposed to measure, and we didn't do this in the beginning, from the center of the hub to the bottom. So let's try that. And here we have 24 1/4, okay. In the front, a little more than 23, but it's still about the same result, 1 1/4 inches. So we'll go ahead and measure the correct weight with the wheels. So here we've got right at 24 for the rear, 23 for the front. So that's a more accurate measurement. So you got about 1 inch difference between the front and the rear. So we probably could have done the 1 inch in the back, that would have made it more even. We do have a nice little rake on it. It's not too bad altogether. It does look really good. Let's talk about the wheels and tires that we did. So we have the Method. These are the 305. This is an 18/9 with a -12 offset. We did have to remove the mud flap here. But beyond that, we don't have any rubbing or scrubbing on that, so that came out really good. And I really like the way that this titanium finish looks on this gray paint job. So really good match here. Okay, we hope this information was useful for you guys in making a decision on which kit will work for you best. Now, if you're interested in any of these kits, there are links in the description below, taking you directly to our website. Now remember, we do have financing available. Simply add to cart, pick a financing option, get approved, and we'll send your gear out to you ASAP. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. This is Josh from Breaker Stereo and Performance, signing off. Peace.